Colours are easy, right? They're one of the first things you learn as a kid. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, white, black, grey, brown, pink. And then when you learn other languages, all you have to do is learn the new words for the same colours. Except, it's not actually the way it works. That English colour system with its nicely defined names doesn't map onto every other language. Quick heads up, I am massively simplifying here. Check the references if you want to know more details. The most common difference, or at least the most commonly studied difference, is whether blue and green are different colours, or different shades of the same colour, one which English linguists refer to as grue. Vietnamese, for example, uses the same basic word or lexeme for blue and green. They can literally be translated as leaf grue or ocean grue. Does that seem weird? It shouldn't. That's just a simple change in where you draw a line on the wheel of hues. The ancient Greeks, on the other hand, classified colours not by hue, but by lightness. So they had one lexeme, one main word, for dark blue, green and brown, and one word for light blues, greys, greens, colours like that. English uses one word, blue, for two very different colours. But in Russian, there are two different words for what we'd call dark blue and light blue. And that really shouldn't seem strange to English speakers because that's exactly what we do with dark red and light red, or as we call it, pink. In 1969, Brent Berlin and Paul Kay released a book that claimed to track the evolution of colour in languages. According to Berlin and Kay, languages start out with just words for dark cool colours and light warm colours, then gain a word for red, then green and yellow, then blue, brown and the rest of what English refers to as the spectrum. There is some debate about how accurate that is, and by some debate, I mean this is a really controversial subject in linguistics and has been for decades. I'm skimming over the very basics here, but there are reams of research going into some very deep claims that I'm not vaguely qualified to discuss. Lots of linguists with very impressive degrees have very strong and very different opinions on this. Because something as apparently simple as colour differences highlight just how tricky translation and cross-cultural communication can be. But the debate goes a level deeper than that. It's about whether the words we know and the languages we learn influence the way we interpret the world, or whether they just reflect our existing interpretations. And the answer is, I don't know. No one does, really, not yet. The answer is probably somewhere in between, because language is complicated, people are complicated, and sometimes things really aren't just black and white.